Yes, I'm tired, but it was all worth it. It's our cozy challenge, brought to you by Flipping Drawers. Be sure to watch all the videos on the playlist and subscribe to the channels of these fine furniture flippers. Thanks, Jay, for hosting this challenge. Here's how my furniture piece got started. It was a regular old dresser, and it was missing one drawer. In this picture, I pulled out the other drawer just to explore some possibilities. I flipped this piece of furniture over to see what was on the bottom and discovered that it was probably the cleanest piece of furniture I ever had given to me. No spider webs. I pulled out all the drawers, however, and did give it a thorough cleaning with Dixie Belle's White Lightning before I got started doing anything. I wanted to pull out some drawers, so I got started by removing the supports from the unwanted drawers. It wasn't too difficult, but it took a minute. Then I wanted to remove the top, so I flipped it upside down. I was hoping it wasn't glued and screwed, so I was happy when I discovered that it was only screwed in, and it was a real easy removal of the top of this piece. Do you see where I'm going with this? Okay, we're getting somewhere. Now I have to remove this bar that goes across the top, and I removed the one below it. Now we're getting somewhere. Now do you see where I'm going with this? So for a cozy challenge, I was considering that I'd like a cozy chair. So that's kind of where I'm at with this. So I have some things to fill in, and oh, that's just cardboard on the back. That won't work for a chair. So I have lots to do to make this transformation complete. So I removed that cardboard backing, lots of staples in there, and I used the cardboard back as a template to replace it with plywood. I pull off the old hardware. It's not going to work for my new design. Check out that dated wheat pattern. And then I want to reuse everything as much as possible. So I'm cutting the top because I want to use it as the seat for my new chair. So I cut out the corners and I cut off the sides. And again, keep in mind that I'm going to reuse even those cut off pieces. I used channel locks to cut off the staples that were in those supports. I'm going to reuse those supports as well for the supports for my new seat. I had them cut me a piece of plywood. This is 1/2-inch plywood at the hardware store, just so it was easy to bring home and I didn't have to cut that piece myself. Oh, that screw went through, so I had to pull that one back out and do it again. I'm using some Dixie mud to fill in that channel along the sides. I also use it to fill in the holes on the drawers from the old hardware. This doesn't have to be perfect because I'm doing a treatment on top. I also used it to fill a little nick on the side. And now I'm sanding it before I get started. I used some air dry clay to make a little twist design to cover up that channel. You'll see why this comes into play later. I was doing a live on the Chalk Paint 101 page and gave those folks a sneak peek of my project. I'm starting to paint with Blueberry from Dixie Belle. Note the top trim. That's all recycled from the top of the dresser that I recycled for the seat. Those are all the cut off pieces. So I think that I was able to reuse everything and kind of proud of how sustainable this project is. I love this color and I am starting to paint on the seat. I don't have to paint the back because that's getting a different treatment. Done painting for now. I put the paintbrush in a baggie just to keep it fresh until I'm ready for my next round of painting. I only need one coat on this, at least just the sides, because I'm doing a treatment on them. I'll be doing a raised stencil. I turn the project around to reveal what I've already done. I've used the Cozy Sweater stencil from the Bells and Whistles line of Dixie Belle. My goal was to make this chair look like a sweater. So I'm using a raised stencil. I mix in Dixie Belle's Sea Spray, a texture additive. I'm using a glaze on top of this. I'm using Sapphire Pearl glaze, and I simply use a dry brush technique. I'll show you the stenciling later. I love the way this glaze gives it an extra dimension. Kind of makes it look like a heathered sweater. And that was my goal. And now I flip it to the other side and use that Cozy Sweater stencil with the Sea Spray texture additive to make the raised stencil. I'm using Dixie Belle's Sawmill Gravy. and I'm just pouring some out in a plate. This may not have been the best choice because the plate was kind of porous. I wanted a very dry mixture, but it might have been better to use a glass or a plastic bowl. The texture additive comes with a scoop, and you just mix it up to your desired consistency. I wanted something a little thicker than peanut butter. I'm using an old brush and just apply the mixture through the stencil. Not going for perfection here. You probably want to use an old brush for this. You may just want to discard the brush unless you wash it out outside with a hose. You don't want to wash this down your drain. With the mixture as thick as I have it, it's kind of a messy procedure. Once I finish the first stencil, I just line it up again and repeat. I frequently have to mix new batches of my mixture of paint and sea spray. Using 2-inch foam, I measure and cut pieces to fit along the sides and back. I find that scissors work, but it's a lot easier if I score it with an X-Acto knife first. I cut Sherpa fabric a little bit larger than my pieces of foam for my side pieces. For the back, I cut one large piece that starts at the bottom and goes up over the foam on the back on the inside. I use a staple gun on the wrong side at first to secure this to hide the staples. And I cut off the excess fabric. I bring the fabric up along the sides and glue and tucking in the raw edges, and then I use tape to secure it in place while it dries. I glue and staple the foam pieces to the inside, back, and sides of the chair. Bringing the remaining fabric from the back up and over and tucking in under the back cushion and also stapling that in place. I drill holes for new drawer pulls that I purchased from Amazon. There were no instructions, so I had to figure this one out on my own. I lay it in place, and there were 2 holes, so I assumed that a screw went in to make sure that you didn't pull it out every time you pull the leather pulls. So I put a screw in place, and then I fold it up as if it were in place, and then I drill the necessary hole. The little grommets that they gave me were not big enough for the thickness of my drawer, so I had to make another trip to the hardware store and ended up getting a replacement grommet. Had to change my color, but that's okay. I actually like it better. So it all worked out. And then I applied Big Mama's butter to the glides and also to the insides of these drawers. What better scent to use for a cozy chair but flannel? It helps the drawers to glide better and also conditions the wood on the inside, as well as makes it smell amazing. I tuck a pillow in. It's a brand new bed pillow that I covered with Sherpa and canvas. That way someone could pull the drawer out and perhaps use it as a reclining seat. So I'm pretty tickled with the way that everything turned out. As you can see how these work. So remember what the piece looked like originally? Just a regular standard issue dresser. And now check it out. It's a cozy seat. I will hope that you comment and let me know if you think that I achieved my goal of making a dresser into a cozy seat. I hope you watch all of the videos on the playlist and subscribe to all these great furniture flipping channels. Thanks for watching. Now maybe I can go to sleep. Thank you so much for watching today. If you like this video, how about giving it a thumbs up and also share it with your friends? If you haven't subscribed, you'll want to do that so you don't miss anything. Visit us at LiVintageDecor.company, and on Instagram we're LiVintageDecor, and on Facebook we're LiVintageDecor Altoona. Stay well.